normally do. What was your takeaway on the whole evening?
I thought they played championship football. I thought it looked the way it was supposed to. The Green Bay Packers last year was plagued by run defense, and I thought they were stout last night. I thought that was their biggest test coming to the 2020 season. Can they stop the run? And I think they did a great job. And they do a lot of great things well. They do, they pass the football. They can run it. They got great defensive backs. So I think they have a very complete team, and they rush the passer well. So, it was all about, can they stop the run? And the ultimate test was last night against Derrick Henry, and they stepped up to the challenge.
I watch Kansas City, and my eyes tell me this morning that Buffalo and Green Bay are the two best teams in the league. Kansas City may be the most talented. Something is not off. Now, I know it's just betting, but they haven't covered the spread in 7 weeks, meaning how data lays them out, they're not hitting their stride. Are you concerned? What do you make of it?
I think it's just Andy trying new things and trying to figure out, what's next. You got to continue to evolve. And if the offense continues to look the same, then, this is National Football League. The teams are going to pick up on that. And then the game is going to get harder. I think Andy is trying to, go in a different direction with the offense, trying to, find new concepts and what works. And this is the time to try it. You don't want to do it in the postseason. You want to do it, at some point in the season where you can see exactly what you have and what you can get away with. And then you mesh that with everything else. You find some things that can actually work, and you surprise some teams. So, I know how Andy thinks. It's postseason time, and the regular season is over. So it's time to get ready to compete and try to go win another championship.
There's going to be a lot of talk today about Brian Flores benching Tua. First of all, he's young. Were you ever benched, and what do you make of the benching of Tua?
Yeah, I went through the same situation my rookie year with Doug Johnson and Dan Reeves, and I didn't like it, but I had to appreciate it and accept it because I was a rookie. And to have a veteran in front of you who can relieve you when you're struggling, it's something to have some sort of gratification for, in Tua's sense. And he's a humble young man. He gets it. Next year, Brian Flores won't do this to Tua. He'll allow Tua to play through these games and grow up, I promise you. So I like the way they're handling this situation. I think if you got a guy like Ryan Fitzpatrick who can step in and give the team a spark when needed, then the young rookie will understand it, especially when it turns out the right way.
Yeah, it is interesting. It's not like the Carson Wentz situation where he's been paid, that we've got a lot of film on him. Yeah. I feel like Tua, like you, when you were young, it's like you're still evolving. I don't even know what I have yet. So in a weird way, I feel like Brian Flores is protecting him. Did you feel
he's protecting?
Yeah,
he's protecting him, and you got to think about it like this, Kyle. He's still learning on the job too. He didn't have any preseason, any OTAs, any training camp. He didn't get to go out there and throw interceptions and learn from it or make mistakes and trial and error. He didn't have that period, so he's getting it all on the fly. So that's why I say Ryan Fitzpatrick and his presence right now is invaluable to this team, and Brian Flores knows that.
A team that fascinates me, and I don't know exactly why this is, but in baseball you talk about stats. In football, it's always been about win games. Lamar Jackson, I think he's like 26-4 against everybody not named the Chiefs. He just keeps winning. I think he's a better thrower than people give him credit for. He's not John Elway. It's not beautiful. He doesn't throw it. But I keep watching him this weekend, and I'm like, I would not want to play the... You know what the Ravens remind me of, Mike? They remind me of the Titans last year, the team that beat them. They have an identity. We doubt their quarterback. They got a smart coach. They can play physical football. What do you make of the Ravens right now and Lamar's play, who you know in the last month?
Well, first of all, yesterday I thought Lamar did a great job of passing from the pocket. I think Terry Bradshaw pointed that out specifically yesterday. He wasn't looking to run. He was hanging in the pocket. He was giving his receivers a chance to work downfield and get open, and for the most part, they did. And there's some serious teaching going on over there right now. They have all the coaches to help Lamar progress as a passer. James Irvin he comes from the Andy Reid coaching tree, so he's giving them game. I know what's going on. So it's time. The involvement is happening right now. It has to happen on the fly. But Lamar's doing a great job, and he's playing his game. He's running when he has to. He's passing when he has to, and that's all they can ask for out of the young phenom.
Yeah, he has had a great. He's outplayed Patrick Mahomes in the last month. Look up the numbers. He's leaving nothing on the table. Lamar,
he's as good as they come.
Yeah,
he is good as they come.
Yeah, Lamar's playing great football right now. So yesterday, just kind of a mess for Baker Mayfield. How'd it land for you? What'd you make of it?
Yeah, yesterday it kind of illustrated you can't put it in the hands of Baker Mayfield. Baker is the quarterback that needs people around him. He needs help, and that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. That's something that he should embrace. And I think yesterday it showed. He can't be the hero. He can't be a guy who's going to put the team on his back. And those circumstances was for certain on display. Not having all his receivers out there. So, naturally I could see Kevin Stefanski saying, all right, Baker, go win it. But it's just not going to happen. They needed to stick to their game plan, and they should have ran the football a lot more than they passed it. They passed it way too much. And it showed. Baker, he was pressing, and he tried hard, and I give him an A for effort. But ultimately, they didn't get the results that they wanted. So, this is a good film for them to go back and look at. They should have beat this team, and the Jets, they had everything to gain and nothing to lose. So, it's a tough situation to be in for Baker.
Finally, I don't see the Dallas Cowboys. They may win the division. I don't see them as a team that could win a playoff game. But there is something to be said that they're ending the season, and there's a sense that, okay, we get Dak back, and there's optimism. Go back to your career. Even on your average teams, did a good December matter? Did winning down the stretch matter at all?
Let me tell you, Colin, in 2011, we was 4-8. I was coming off a rib injury, and we had a pretty tough schedule in front of us, an opportunity to make the playoffs. I think we had, the Dolphins and the Jets and Dallas and the Redskins to finish up, and we finished 8-8. But it was all about finishing strong. Competing, never knowing what can happen. A lot of scenarios come playoff time, but it was about going out and playing for our coaches, playing for the city, playing for the team and each other, and we was able to put it all together. So and at the end of the day, just keeping it real.
Yeah.
When you don't finish strong, there's going to be a lot of changes made, whether it's coaches or players, and you have to acknowledge that, and it's a real thing. So. You have to play some of your best football in December for a lot of different reasons.
That's what the coaches want. That December film is what gets talked about. No,
that December football is real all across the board.
No, it really is. And I'm watching the Cowboys play, and I'm like, you know what? Mike Nolan probably gets replaced, but there's going to guys that get extensions and coaches that get extensions, because you look at them right now, and they look kind of buttoned up and competent.
Yep. They look like they got it all together all of a sudden. Yesterday was a